that ooh, I really like this Lich pick.
Lich. So one thing I also want to mention about the Brewmaster as well is that Doom and Enigma are both pretty heavy aura builders. You know, it wouldn't be unusual to see one of them building a Crimson versus a Prophet and the Drow, and then if there's more magic builds coming out, one might buy a Pipe as well. That just increases the, yeah, there you go, that's a Leshrac coming. That just increases the value of the Brewmaster pick and, you know, the Dispel inside that Wind Panda. So there's so many ways for Brew just to kind of bring value to any kind of draft, and destroying damage mitigation is absolutely one of them.
Mm-hmm. I was actually talking about this. I don't remember who I was talking to, but I'm so surprised that Lich is only getting picked now. I think it's one of the best counters to Draw Ranger because the hero ignores armor, but the shield from Lich reduces damage percentage-wise. So it's just amazing versus Draw Ranger. It gets to 60% at level 4. And I just, you know, very surprised that I'm only seeing it now. I really liked it and I picked the hero. And now I think they need a hero that makes use of it in lane, kind of like a Juggernaut, maybe you know, a PA. Anything that can gap close and then use that slow aggressively is very good to have in a lane like this.
Yeah, there's a few options for Ninjas in Pyjamas here, depending on what they want to go for.
So Doom Enigma here with this Lich. I think they do have some problems with pushing.
PL sounds really nice. Oh, the Ember.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, something Ember, with some jump, with some catch, magic damage as well. Just to kind of mix things up a bit and keep the pressure onto this Aachen City draft.
Yeah. It is, you know, great wave clear, but still, no push. Their draft is, I mean, will have some issues if they don't address this at all. Because they are against a lot of push. Nature's Prophet, Drow, and a Leshrac.
Yeah, they need to pull something out. And not really very good on the wave clear either. Ember does a bit, but they need a bit more just to be able to smash back. At least Ember can build the Boots of Travels and kind of defend waves and come back. But when you're playing against a Drow, you always need to be grabbing yourself some wave clear to make sure that these constant creep waves that you're going to be pushing in are able to be dealt with easily. So they're asking a lot from this final pick from NIP.
Yeah. That being said, you know, in a scenario where they can just buy time on NIP, they have a Doom with a 15 gold talent. You have an Enigma with a level 15 talent as well. They're gonna get big on those heroes. But you know, it's a draw strat. I don't think they're gonna play passive.
No, and this is Aachen as well, you know. DM is probably going to be on this Leshrac, I would imagine, unless they've got some crazy 10th pick planned for him. So that's going to mean a lot more aggression coming through. The reason I say it's probably Leshrac mid, though, is because they don't really have any setup for him right now. All you've got is the Sprout, which isn't really fantastic, and maybe the Frost Hour slow. So, you know, it's just not really anything reliable to set up the Stun Wisp, so that's usually when you see the Leshrac planned more towards the middle lane.
So you think they're going to last pick a position 4 here?
Yeah, that's that sounds kind of strange, but maybe.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I mean, Nurse Spirit actually seems pretty good. It's a hero that would work pretty well on NIP with that Lich, but I think they already decided on Enigma 4. They're just waiting for... This Ember Spirit is pretty good pick because you don't know if he's mid or safe lane. They're going to be able to get better lanes, but the last pick is for Aachen, so they will have the upper hand.
Yep, that 10th pick being the deciding factor in many, many games in this patch, honestly. Like, sometimes when you can find the perfect 10th hero that just slides into your draft, and there's nothing the enemy team can do about it, can be such a big deal.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like a good hero here for Aachen. I am of the opinion that this Leshrac is a 4, and they're going to pick something else. Yeah, they don't have the setup for the Split Earth, but I guess they have the Sprout, and Leshrac is more of a, like, just learn Edict and push towers hero as of now. But yeah, I don't really know what they can pick. But I think they have a lot of options. You know, the Venomancer that we talked about, the Bristleback even.
So if you do decide to ban at the Storm.
Nice.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like a DM hero, but you know, you never know. I haven't seen enough of the guy to really make a wise decision. They pull up a Sniper. Okay, an immediate response is going to be the Enchantress for Aachen. So... Funnick playing the Enchantress, DM in the middle lane.
All right.
Score 1 for Nomad, score 0 for Bowie. Thank you very much.
All right, I'm fired. Bye, guys. Enjoy the Nomad stream.
This is a solo cast now.
All right, so, I mean, that is I like the Leshrac pick as a 4th pick because it denies the TA, right? It was never banned, but the threat of the Leshrac kind of dissuaded NIP to get that hero that they're resorting to every game. And the Enchantress will definitely synergize well with the Drow Ranger anyways. They have the Dispel as well, and I think that's clutch. Being able to dispel the Frost Shield from the Lich in lane is going to be huge.
Yeah, it's really, really helpful. And the Doom as well, getting rid of the Scorched Earth and all that stuff. It's a ton to get rid of in this game. And you can also...
in the region.
Yeah, that's true. And if Enigma gets a Helm of the Dominator creep, can't Enchantress enchant it?
Yes, you can. You can.
Then again, Doom can also eat that, and Doom can also eat any of Enchantress's creeps she sends at him, so... I guess we got some weird stuff going on. There's going to be a lot of creep trading. Musical creeps is going to be a new one on me.
Yeah, that's... Oh, you can actually steal the Eidolons as well and multiply your own Eidolon.
You can. Should you? Maybe not, but that's another argument for another day. But yeah, Fnatic Enchantress is going to be pretty hyped to watch. I think Aachen City have a pretty nice draft going for themselves. I mean, this position 4 Enchantress is really going to start to come online and do some serious damage with this Drow aura backing them up as well.
And I was actually thinking of, I saw the Enigma, and sometimes you have games where a team doesn't have a BKB piercing ability, but you have a Terror Blade that just shreds the Enigma when he black holes. And if this game goes late enough, the Enchantress might be that hero. Even with BKB, those impetuses are going to hurt the Enigma so much. And, it doesn't matter if you build armor, it's still going to deal that pure damage.
Exactly. There's nothing you can do about it. All right, and then let's get into it. Game number 1 in this best-of-3 series between NIP and Aachen City Esports Club. They'll be battling it out for the upper seed in this group. Both teams already qualified for the playoffs, where they can look towards qualifying for the minor itself. Right, I'm pretty excited for this game, actually. I think Aachen are going to put up a really good fight against NIP. Certainly better than Wind and Rain, I hope.
Yeah, I do believe it's going to be closer. They draft very interestingly on the side of Aachen. That last pick Enchantress, it's not something you see very often. I'm genuinely impressed by how they draft. I think they have their own style. Let's see if they can take it to NIP. A lot of tips.
I think it's important to say, with this new kind of Aachen stack, is that they've only been playing with each other for a couple of months now as well. So to develop your own style so quickly, that's a very interesting way of playing Dota is, even more props go for this team. As they're looking to maybe push towards high ground now.
This Doom actually has 2 stout shoots, so he is already preparing for the harass that's coming.
I was going to say, I don't think they have any kill potential anyway. They don't really have the damage for it. Yeah, DM's going to be up in the mid lane. It's this Leshrac versus Sniper. What's this lane even going to be like? I mean, I don't really see them touching each other ever.
I think that the Leshrac usually, the way Leshrac actually wins his lane is using Split Earth to when someone's going for a creep. Usually the range one, you deny the range creep, you win. Now, the Sniper has a lot of attack range, so the Leshrac might be punished a little when he goes for this. He did learn Split Earth, I want to see how he goes, but once the Sniper gets level 4, I think it starts getting pretty rough for the Leshrac. Because as you try to gap close, you just take a lot of damage.
Yeah, so straight up, just... right. Oh, okay. That was an interesting Split Earth.
Yep.
Missed hero, missed creeps, but there you go. And he doesn't have much starting damage to work with either. I mean, Sniper doesn't either. It's 50 versus 53 on the right click wars. So.
Body blocks.
Yeah,
they actually take the Frost Shield out.
Oh, look at these treants! Oh my god, Fata taking so much harass from this. Ekenart flexing hard, and that's gonna mean Fata's gonna need to salve himself up.
This Enchantress pick was so good. I'm really on par with this.
Yeah, so she's farming up in the bottom lane. They've put V-Tune up in the top lane to play against this Doom, which is a matchup they wanted. But now they bring Fata up top. This means that 33 is going to TP bottom, but they've got the TPs already on Aachen as well. So
yeah, how's the mid lane going here in terms of CS? Actually, pretty close. But I do expect it to get harder for Leshrac. It's so hard for him to land a Split Earth because Sniper has some decent attack range. Actually, didn't even learn take aim for now, so it's only gonna get worse.
Yeah, this is a common build on snipers. I mean, we've seen quite a few snipers in the CIS and EU qualifiers. It's always been this headshot, shrapnel spam. People not really interested in the take aim. Even with the active ability, it's not enough to let people take it. DM just using the split earth. I mean, it's 80 mana. It's so cheap. He's got 470 mana and only cost him 80 to throw down the split earth. So no surprise to see him spamming this one out pretty heavily.
Yeah, it's a pretty good spell. We're gonna harass and hopefully deny something. Now, this Frau Ranger is actually farming pretty well here. They did swap the lanes though. Yeah, they sent the Ember top.
Yeah, and it's interesting because Aachen didn't even try to respond. They were just like, okay, well, you know, we're happy with the Ember at top versus Drow. No problems with us. They'll take the extra XP and better start.
Both lanes are pretty good for them. And looks like, you know, this Brewmaster, since he cannot harass the Lich that much, he could go for some stacks here. I wonder if they're gonna try and start building those ancient stacks for the Drow eventually.
Oh, they're going to TP on Fata here. They've got the damage from these frost arrows. The slow's coming in. Akenheart joining in as well. Fata, he's got no way out of this one. He's got one sleight of fist to try and dodge some damage. Doesn't manage to do that, and he will fall to LeBron. That'll be a first blood.
And yeah, that's a rough one because there's no place for the Ember, right? He was off lane, he goes safe lane, he dies. He's not going to go mid now. And just proving that, you know, the Aachen boys, they know how to draft.
They certainly do. They certainly do. I mean, they're not an inexperienced team. You've got Funnick, you've got LeBron, you've got some serious minds on this team.
Yeah.
I'm very used to playing against PPD as well throughout the years. I'm sure.
For now, the Enchanter is only 1 point in that Untouchable, but I mean, against Sniper, it's going to be pretty good, right? When you max that Untouchable, is going to hurt way less.
Yeah, it's really nice versus Doom as well, because he tries to come in for the Infernal Blade, and
it's so painful to Infernal Blade Enchantress.
About 3.5 minutes to land one right click onto Funnick. Up at top, Fada taking some harass again. PPD trying to just go in from behind and throw down some damage, but he's really not doing much in this lane. PPD feeling very, very impure to start this off.
Fada still level 2. That's a rough. No, that's such a rough lane. Ember Spirit's like a very experienced reliant hero. That's why he's, you know, way more popular as a mid lane instead of in the safe lane. I wonder how he's going to recover, because Sniper is not really a hero that creates space. And on the other side of NIP, you have two heroes with huge cooldowns, the Doom and the Enigma. So like, who is constantly going for plays when your Ember just, you know, needs a lane to recover?
Exactly. The tempo controller being shut down this hard is a very bad situation for NIP. They need to switch things up. I don't even know what they can do, but they need to find a way. Maybe they're just hoping that they can outplay themselves out of the situation throughout the mid game. But I mean, right now you look at the CS chart, and Sniper's having a nice time, but DM's doing perfectly well as well. Saxa in the jungle is, you know, I guess this is the trade-off here, right?
Yeah.
The Enigma's doing well, and then Fata must suffer.
Yeah, I think that's the trade-off. Ideally, once you finish the Helm of the Dom, push a couple of towers, and then that will open up space for the Ember. But he is being taken down again.
Once again, just being beaten down, trying to dodge some of this damage coming out of the Drow, but he can't make it back. And more blocks coming in as Akenheart joins in on this one. They take down Fada once again. He is suffering this Ember Spirit. He's having a real bad time. Meanwhile, DM in the middle lane. He's losing out a little bit to the Sniper, but I mean, it's Leshrac versus Sniper, so I'm fairly sure you kind of accept this. And you move on. Just look towards the mid game instead. You know that your Leshrac is going to do much more with the XP than Sniper's going to do with the gold, so this is the trade-off you're making in this lane. It's just waiting to see what DM can do throughout this early mid to really take advantage of the early levels he's going to get from this lane.
Yeah. And actually, you know, I don't like to be a downer, but we were talking about the Enigma being the trade-off, but you do have that Enchantress to steal the catapult away from the Enigma, right? So that is so costly. I'm really struggling to think how they're going to be able to use this Enigma effectively. Actually, a lot of damage on the Doom there from Funnick. So, on the bright side though, that Sniper, level 7 almost, farming a lot, and the Doom already level 6, so they do have those things to use, and Black Hole actually almost up as well.
Yeah, they may look for the turnaround on that one. The only person who's really dropped off hard for NIP is the Ember Spirit. And he's still getting a fair amount of creeps now, to be honest. They're looking at PPD instead, but you know, they haven't really found a way to stop the creeps coming on the tower. But PPD is getting beaten down here. They've got this Sprout onto him as well. They'll be able to find that kill. PPD is dropped, and now they're looking for Saxa as well. DM is here, and he can run him down very quickly indeed.
Oh, he did finish the Helm of the Dominator, so I think he was just looking for a creep there to try and stop the push or the pressure in this lane, but unfortunately gets taken down. The Shrek was there.
Yeah. But Sniper so far doing very well for himself. I mean, he's looking towards these power treads. Great start to the lane, 50 and 10 compared to the Leshrak's 40 and 9.
And the Doom actually no Infernal Blade. I guess he understands he cannot really right-click that Enchantress. 3 points in the Untouchable. That's like so much.
Yeah, that's a real pain in the ass for Doom to lane this one. He basically just has to try and survive, stay as close to her as possible so the impetus doesn't do too much, but Funnick is just going to chase him away. 33 realizing he has to TP out of this one, and Funnick will throw a couple of love spears his way as he clears out.
Alright. Drow Ranger now level 6. Will start farming that triangle.
He's going to be in some trouble. DM's on top of him here. He needs to be able to get off this stun. Or does he? He doesn't even need to get off the stun. He can just do it with the right click, with the magic damage. Canard comes in for a Sprout and the XP. Easy peasy. Stay away from the Disco Pony. Don't be drawn into the light.
Saxa trying to get a level 6, but...
Just casual gaze. Just staring at each
Bottom
other.
though.
Ooh, okay. DM goes down. That's a fairly big kill. That was a Doom committed as well, but now they're trying to get their revenge. The Impetus is coming out. They've got the Sprout now as well, but immediately eats through it, and that'll give 33 the escape. Gnat needed to get that Sprout on the other side of the Doom. Couldn't quite catch him inside it, otherwise he can just Quelling Blade himself away.
Yeah, but you know, that's pretty scary. Enchantress starting to get pretty farmed. They have the Medallion on the Nature's Prophet as well, so right clicks from anyone will hurt a lot. V-Tune level 7. Just farming the triangle here. But they actually blocked the camp. We see the pings. Drow is not happy.
It's just mad. Get those Treants out of here, dude. Come on. Meanwhile, up at top, they're going on to Saxa, trying to make the play onto the Enigma. They've got the Sprout to come out. He doesn't have himself a Quelling Blade, so he's just going to get beaten down, but he's surprisingly tanky here. Meanwhile, DM, he's looking for PPD. Won't find the stun, though. Now, Saxa still on the way, getting blocked up by LeBron. There comes that Frost Armor, helping him out, just slowing him down, and the Impetus will finish off Saxa. That was a big hit. And I look towards PPD as well. The slow is there. Boop! Funnick gets himself 2, and now it's going to be one happy Enchantress sprinking around the top lane, killing NIP heroes.
And that's Helm of the Dominator creep dying as well. 200 gold for DM. He's going for that Atos build. Very, very good here. You have... no, the Ember can dodge with Slide of Fist, but the Sniper specifically, he's going to struggle. He might be forced into a 4-staff, and they are already lacking damage.
Yep, a nice stun to ensure he gets a rune, and they're turning it around onto DM here, but DM, he's happy to just run forwards into this one, but he's fairly low on mana, still trying to take this fight. The Assassinate's going to come out, but it's just too late. DM doesn't care, they actually get both of these kills. Aachen Esports, they are laying the smackdown onto PPD and friends. It is 9-1 right now.
Yeah, I mean, they did win the lanes. That's something that our friends from Wind and Rain couldn't do. Looks like they're having a great... like, usually, as you know, with a draw strat, you don't expect to win your lanes that hard, but they are destroying the lanes. And now they have that Enchantress. They... You know, usually heroes that win lanes, they don't push that well. Well, Enchantress, she does. And that's a quick tower. They might go for another one.
They all push pretty damn well. They've got some powerful pushing coming in. Meanwhile, 33 did manage to take a tower at bottom, so already trying to find a little bit of space, make a couple of trades, just equalize their losses a little bit. But Ace is being jumped here in the mid with the Wrath of Nature coming through. It's a bit of damage. I'm trying to turn it around onto LeBron. LeBron's going to take damage from the Sniper and the tower here. There's going to be an Assassinate onto him as well. Oh, he gets smoked. Oh, he gets smoked.
Nice.
Good job, Ekenart. Saving the day with that clutch smoke.
Top though, tower's taking heavy damage here from the low track.
Yeah,
he's
got another Diabolic Edict at 5 seconds. But yeah, I mean, the counterplay is coming in, and this is pretty bad for Aachen, actually, because you shouldn't be trading towers when you've won the laning phases heavily. And actually, PPD's come in to put the ice on the tower, giving it a bit of armor. Won't save the day, but still. A tier 2 for a tier 2 isn't bad, but they've gone on mid and they've taken down Ace. Now they're coming towards V-Tune here, but Fada, he's been beaten up, and LeBron, he's waiting to catch out the Ember Spirit. Won't be able to do so. Meanwhile, Enigma, yeah, he comes in for some kind of play here, but he's getting beaten down. Could maybe turn around with the Black Hole if he wants to. Doesn't even need it. They get the kill. Meanwhile, the Doom is actually out onto the Drow Ranger here. Funny trying to heal him up with those spirits, but they're just not keeping pace, and they'll be able to get the right click on 33. Cleaves down B-Tune, and Fernic now realizes he needs to get away from this one. PPD's behind. 1 or 2 arrows, spears, so he will be thrown his way.
Okay. It's PPD dead though. He just
yeah, that's the spell finally coming in there. Gets the arrow off before they get the stare. Meanwhile, Ace just attacking from the trees at about 1 hit per minute. Not very threatening.
This is like probably the best Enchantress pick, like last pick Enchantress pick I've seen in a while. It is just so good. It does everything. It wins the lane. It dispels 2 clutch spells. It gives you, more push with the Enchantress, and you have a Drow. Like I'm very impressed with the draft here. But still only 1,000.
Lane, they actually get the kill onto Saxa, but now Ekenart, he's going to pay as Fada comes in with that Flame Guard and gets himself the pick off. Looking towards DM, but he knows that once that Flame Guard is down, he's going to be taking a lot of damage from this Leshrac, so he chills out for the time being.
They are roasting though.
They are indeed. Look at this Enchantress just tanking up Roshan. She hasn't even used the Nate's Attendants yet. Will do so, and Rosh attacking at a very slow pace. He's bashing it in with marksmanship as well.
This is so good. Like, Ace has no idea this is going on. Like, you wouldn't expect it to be that early, right? But with the Enchantress,
this is just NIP getting kind of outplayed here. If anybody from NIP said this, then Ace is more than in position to throw in a shrapnel. And that would probably be enough to force Aachen out, but they absolutely sneak Rosh out from under NIP. And PAD says Roshan in the chat, but that's just a little bit too late, I'm afraid.
Yeah. All right, so the dots are connecting. They are now posturing here for maybe the mid tower, but it's pretty rough with that sniper there. So the Ember now.
Atos onto PPD, but they don't really want to commit fully. They see Saxa behind them and say, do we want to get Black Hold? No, we don't want to get Black Hold. We'll chill out. Especially not for just a kill into PPD.
Yeah, and that Lich actually maxing the Frost Shield, just trying his best here to make sure that the Drow doesn't deal that much damage, but as long as the Enchantress is there, it's going to be rough.
Apologies, only just turning it over to the net worth at this stage, but yeah, when you've got a Doom in the game, last hits come kind of useless by like the 8-minute marks and everything, so we do see him well on top, just farming away with these with his Vows. Of course, took his tier 2 tower, had a great time at bottom once the Enchantress left to go and do other things. Then it's all looking green after that Doom. Up onto the high ground, they're unleashing pretty hard. Ace, he's just going to drop here. He doesn't have a chance. That's a fairly big kill. I mean, Ace is basically their win condition, and he's actually falling behind Fata even. 33, yet to really have any game impact right now, and Aachen Esports are just walking all over NIP.
Yeah, it's like there's no chance for a Black Hole to be used in a fight like this. The only way they're gonna get a Black Hole in a fight against Aachen is if the Enigma TPs after the fight begins. But the fights are so fast because there's so much damage that there's never that opportunity. They just don't buy enough time. The Doom is the only real tanky hero, and he gave up Blink for a Blade Mail. Let's see if it works.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too sure on that pick. At least it's going to do a lot of damage to DM, but that's about all that can be said for it.
Yeah, and he cannot engage. Like, if he steps in the lane, he's going to get slowed down by the Drow.
There's positioning as well. Like, they just want to make it so awkward for NIP to engage on any of them, and they're all TPing down to bottom. Fada, he's going to be okay, though. LeBron has used Split. Okay.
Okay. Just farming.
A farming split. Very nice.
Very effective.
Yeah.
Actually has a lads by himself. Wow.
Hey, Bruce's been there for all the action. He's been watching it all and pocketing the side cash, getting that AoE gold coming in thick and fast. He's been having a great time.
He almost has the same net worth as the jungling Enigma, so doing pretty well at sapping that gold.
NIP they're looking for some aggression here. What have they got? They don't seem to have any items still. Like, Don't have that Blink Dagger, which is what I was expecting, but they're going on to V-Tune here. This is the Aegis carrier. They can kill him once without having to use a Doom. Looks like they will be able to, and now they can Doom him when he comes back. They've got no split on LeBron. He's trying to run in and pretend like he does, though. Look at it. He's just trying to bait it out here, but there comes a beacon of the black hole. Absolutely perfect, splitting them both up quite on the edge that's there. Meanwhile, there's going to be another one caught into this one. Funnick trying to get himself away. He is tanky. They are attacking very slowly, but they've got a lot of magic damage thrown out onto him, and this is going to be the Enchantress sproinked into the grave as well. 3 heroes down on the side of Aachen, and the Aegis taken away. NIP find a fight, and it was one hell of a fight as well.
Yeah, I don't want to harp on it too much, but, you know, if you had Primal Split in that fight, it could have been a little different. You know, just lift up that Enigma, no black hole. The second life actually matters. Ooh,
that was.
Wow, I actually think that could be game losing if they can recover now.
Did they see the split somehow? Like maybe it's for the Doom at the bottom or something. I didn't see exactly when it was used. I just saw, but he was here, and that was like all 3 of the Brewlings, and that was about halfway through the duration. So unless he like popped it here to try and kill the Doom and then just walked up in this, I don't know.
Even if they didn't knew though, like it was a good smoke, and I guess they were just like trying to go for a play, and it could have been different if the split was open, but it's all right. Funnick still pretty high level here, almost level 12. We got that Impetus level 2. The Drow Ranger did finish a Hurricane Pike, so harder to kill her now. And looks like the Strike is going for a Bloodstone. A lot of HP, pretty good versus them.
But Fada just making sure this bottom lane's pushed out all the time. This is his job. This is all of NIP's job, to be honest. Just push out this bottom lane, force heroes back, stop the 5-man potential Lycan from really coming to worth.
Where are you going?
Yeah. He, you know, doesn't really fear the Enchantress too much now. He can just fire Remnant away. Oh, maybe he does fear her. Oh.
It's a big one coming through.
The projectile.
Is it gonna land? No,
oh, okay. I think it is. It's not disjointable by TP, is it?
It's not.
Not
it will
sure.
still hit him, but it does cap out at max damage. I think it's
about
like
Radiant's bottom tower.
1,500 range or something. No, it can't one-shot you.
Yeah.
Is it ever gonna hit him? I don't know where the spear went. There was definitely one chasing him. I don't know. Maybe it did hit him inside his Sleight of Fist, and he's not gonna take the damage, or he's gonna get absolutely chunked at some stage.
Just dies randomly.
I wish it could one-hit people. I really did.
Yeah, I guess maybe if he gets an Axe on Enchantress, you know, men can dream. Doom does not have, actually ended up going BKB for his item. He already has the BKB. This is a farm Doom.
He is, but he's still gonna go for the Blink Dagger, which is weird. They're against a Drow and a Leshrac. I feel like gap close is very important for them, and yet he's still just kind of going for these.
I think the problem is the silence. Now that he has BKB, he's not going to be slowed down, right, by the Frost Arrows. So he would rather have the reliable Doom, although awkward, than...
Hitting pretty hard onto this one. The Atos comes out, but DM, he's already got so much damage coming down onto him here. He's just going to get annihilated. Funnick needs to get himself away from this one. He's going for the TP out. Does he have the interrupt? Yes, they do. Mother comes through. Funnick now has to run on foot, trying to get away from his team, but there's 4 heroes surrounding him. Assassinate's going to come through as well. Too much damage coming through onto Fnatic. 33 finishes off with the slowest right click of his life, but finally lands that blade, and Funnick will fall.
Okay, so they are, you know, giving a couple of pickups to NIP. This is becoming problematic to draw. Still farming, you know, having a hell of a game. But the next Roshan, I think, is going to be detrimental to any team. They cannot really force Roshan on the side of Nip, I think, but it's their job to make sure Aachen cannot get it.
Yeah, they've got great anti-Roche potential in the Enigma, in the Sniper. They're just going to stay on this high ground and be a huge threat. So as long as they are aware that Roche is going on, they've got so much vision and so many ways to look inside and just mess with that Roshan attempt that it becomes very difficult. Yeah, NIP, they've turned this game around wonderfully. It has to be said. They've really kind of just said, all right, laning phase is pretty bad. We're just going to outplay them, and I don't know what we expect from this team by this stage.
Yeah, they're definitely doing a great job at it. They did take this tier 2 tower, so there's only one tier 2 tower. Actually, there is even a tier 1 in the top lane, so they have a lot of map control here. The entire jungle from Aachen now, it's Nips, and no one can farm here. Hurricane Pike's going to be next for Enchantress, and Nature's Prophet going for the Spirit Vessel. Pretty good here versus that Ember versus the Doom.
Yeah, no, pretty close to it as well. So that's going to give them a bit more kill potential, more ability to really shut down heroes like the Doom.
Yeah, but that Ember actually so close to BKB. They farmed so fast on Jafada. He pretty much has a BKB.
Yeah, he made the
Spirit
comeback.
Vessel's not going to matter.
Every time I've looked at him, he's just been down a lane, farming a lane of creeps, completely isolated by himself. Solo XP, solo money, not giving any creeps away to anything else. It's just been left alone as well. That's what happens when you don't really have the catch. You can't really get a reliable kill onto this Ember Spirit, so they have to go for other targets. But other targets they certainly will. 33 is being jumped here, but he's got the Blink Dagger and just gets himself to the low ground. TP is wasted, and Aachen will just have to get back to farming, which is not what they want to be doing this game. They've got a Lesh, they've got a Drow, they've got an Enchantress. They want to be hitting heroes, not creeps.
Yeah, I think like they're fine farming if they were able to get kills first, get map control, and then chill for a bit. But they're not doing that, and that is so bad. The fact that this Brewmaster ended up being in position 4 means they don't have initiation, and ideally the fact that they won the lane so hard wouldn't make that matter. But in this game it does. And look again, it's Nip that's going for the smoke, not Aachen, and Roshan is up. This could be very problematic.
Bron's in a great place to spot this smoke, but they're not coming up onto the high ground just yet. PPD might get his spot, but he does see LeBron here. He's got the gaze, and they're jumping in. They've got the Doom. There's going to be no split available for this fight. If it even is a slight fight, it looks just like a murder right now. Fada's actually gone super deep on this one. He's got the BKB, but still taking a lot of damage. Has to get himself down to the low ground. LeBron is taken care of, immediately buying back. He wants to use that split. Meanwhile, the Chain Frost finishes off Eknard. They're keeping the Doom controlled. Funny taking a ton of damage, but he's got those spirits, and that is a lot of damage coming out from Aachen, so they will be able to kill off the Doom. Not a bad trade for them right now, but they did buy back on LeBron. That is costly. Gets himself inside the pit, but again, you know, NIP, as long as they have control of this area, there is no possible way that they could do Roche.
Yeah, they have to kill the sniper, or else they're always gonna have vision of the pit. The Doom is a big kill, but they really have to kill the sniper first.
And how? They don't have that initiation. Unless he does something silly.
He do have a BKB on the Drow, so maybe, you know, he can just Hurricane Pike BKB aggressively. Oh, it was smoke.
Yeah, they're going for it. Hurricane Pike just up onto the high ground. What up, Drow?
Oh, they're getting the pit. Okay, that is... I don't think they're going to be able to get away with this again.
But he's got him with the Atos. He actually can start the Split Earth as well. Finds the Split Earth onto the Sniper. Immediate Sinister Gaze comes out. PPD might be the sacrifice for this one, but as long as they keep Ace alive, it's okay. But Eknart has TP'd onto him. PPD dispatched, and Ace is going to go down as well. They are even looking for Saxa. That big black hole boy is going to be no longer. That is Aachen taking a wonderful engagement, and this is going to open up Roshan for them, and possibly opportunity for some buildings. But there's not many left on the side of NIP, to be honest. Really, really nice engagement for them. Now, is there any chance of a steal at Ember? He's going to TP right onto LeBron here. Seems to be anticipating it, but he might just get run down. Don't really see any way for him to survive this, honestly. His team aren't going to want to come out Roche. Oh my god! 33! He just got too close to the pit. He just got too close to the pit. Vada, though, he's going for it. He's making the play. Funnick doesn't have a BKB. He's got a Hurricane Pike, so he doesn't have to get out of the pit here. He's actually going to go to Fata. He gets the Aegis. Did he get the cheese as well? He did not. V-Tune finds the cheese, but he takes Roshan. He takes the Aegis. He might die for it, but who cares? And he actually misses the stun. Sleight of Fist comes out. Funnick's still alive. They get the second kill. So Fata will get his life for this, but I think that's okay.
That is so worth it. I think Funnick was trying to force like Hurricane Pike the Ember, but he forced himself out of the pit, and the Ember was too close to Roshan, so they just gave it away. Man, that was a manly play though. That Ember just went for it. Jeez.
That was balls to the wall Ember play. That's what we like to see. Fada throwing caution to the wind and absolutely coming up pretty good for it. I mean, still did die twice, but denying the Aegis of Aachen. They did get the cheese. Who did the cheese go on to?
I think Drow. Maybe she used it?
No, I think Funnick might have. No, he went back to base.
He was out of the pit. Maybe they just used the cheese. He was pretty low HP. I think he used it, but I'm not sure.
Okay. The cheese was used anyway by Aachen, so really also not a factor at all.
Yeah, Nip. They're just so good, dude. Like, any other team, I'm not sure. Like, a player would do that. Just jump the pit blindly, absolutely no vision. He got lucky that Roshan was low and gets the Aegis.
Huge plays. Huge plays. And still a bit of an uphill battle for NIP, but they've got to be feeling slightly better about it now. And also, how on earth do you ever take high ground against Sniper Ember? And I mean, let's say Enigma as well. Why not? You know, he's got a blink and a black hole. He's also a threat. Going high ground against this guy is going to be very difficult. One thing I do like is that they've got the Nature's Prophet. This guy, they can throw some wards onto him. He can go in behind here and place down some vision. Now, that gives them vision on the sniper. Also, if they ever use a Hurricane Pike onto a target, one of the biggest problems with Hurricane Pike when you're trying to go high ground is that you often lose sight on them. But if they get the vision back here, then it's very possible that they could get some sneaky kills coming back to base. That's definitely going to be something to look out for Funnick.
That Leshrac actually 20 Bloodstone charges, so he's being living through most of the fights here. It's pretty good for DM. And he almost has BKB. So that's when he just turns his ult, runs at the sniper, and that sniper, he was going for a Mjolnir. He's actually still going for it. So I'm not sure that Hurricane Pike's going to be enough for him to disengage, because that Atos is still going to be there. They don't have like a Lotus Orb or anything to dispel it. Could be a problem.
I feel like this game's kind of come to a bit of plateau now, because both teams in a good position, in the position they want to be in, I feel, but neither team has much of an advantage, so it just becomes this point of what timings are we looking for before we engage, and this bottom tower will need to be defended.
Yeah, and he gets like accentuated by the fact that the Aegis got denied, so like no team has the Aegis to try and leverage it, so they're all passive.
Exactly. Everybody's just waiting and seeing what happens and seeing if anybody messes up.
Ember still split pushing here. Looks like he's going for that Radiance.
Yeah, LeBron trying to copy the same thing as well. He's up in the top lane pushing in pretty hard. Meanwhile, they've managed to face out Funnick here. Funnick's a big kill, and they actually get him pulled down here. Meanwhile, DM, he's just running in. Look at this guy. He's absolutely crazy. Bringing down the Enigma all by himself, and there is just not going to be a response from NIP for this one. 33 gets the TP out, but that's his BKB costed for it. Funnick actually buys back into this as well. So NIP, they were patient. They did find it. Erkin comes forwards. He's going to grab the trees onto PPD, but PPD's still got some tangos hanging out, so he'll be able to get himself away. 4 staffs at dawn. NIP just clearing themselves out of there as fast as they can. Meanwhile, Fada, he was never involved in the fight. He was just looking for creeps. That's all he's been doing all game. Creeps and creeps.
Yeah,
and creeps.
he made sure that a buyback means absolutely nothing. He cuts both ways. There's no play that Aachen can go for now. So, nicely done by him. No, we were very worried about him, but he did not disappoint. He is just big. He has more levels than the Drow Ranger, even though the Drow got a free lane.
Yeah, it's a hell of a comeback, just always on his own, just soloing creep waves.
Alright, so I wonder if, yeah, the Drow has that Blink Dagger, you know, no Dispel on December. I think that, I guess now he has the BKB, but maybe Blink Dagger on the Drow would allow V-Team to punish the split push from the Ember a little more, but now...
Yeah, she's been hanging on to this ultimate ult for a while, really scared of getting doomed. I'm not sure she needs to be, though.
I mean, they don't have many saves. The only thing that they have is the heal from the Enchantress. But, yeah, sometimes the Enchantress is just not close enough. And that Doom, about to get that level 20 Doom DPS talent, it's just so much damage, dude. That insane. Talent, it's insane. Like, you're doomed, you're probably dead.
You don't want to devour ancients?
I don't think so. You know, maybe if it, I don't know. After TI9, they can create better ancients. Even after the Prowler, like the Prowler is not that good to have as Doom. I think they need to create some scarier ancients.
What about the lifesteal aura on the little Prowlers? Is that any good?
It's like 10%, right? It's okay. Like if you have a Chen, if you have a Chen, it's okay. But not as a level 20 talent.
Yeah, you make a good point. But DM, he's in a bad position right now. That he's going to get doomed up, or he's not actually. 33 says, "I show mercy to you, sir. You're allowed to run." He's also extremely fast. This Disco Pony.
Yeah, did he get the move speed talent?
Oh, he did.
Yep.
Yeah, I watched him fly past there, and I was like, all right, that's the movement speed and travels. No, I've seen enough Flash Rack to know that what stage this guy is at.
Radiant's
But
top
NIP
tower
looking
is
for the
under
push.
attack.
The counter push is already coming in.
Dire's
The TP
structures
back
are
from Fata
fortified.
though. He's ready to defend. DM already uses BKB up at top, so can't really come near this Ember Spirit, otherwise he might find himself accidentally losing his life. Would be an inadvertent mistake.
Yeah, now I actually think that this is like the difference between Aachen and NIP. Now, like both teams going for the same play, but look at NIP. They have all their heroes top, and they make sure to get the tower. On the bottom side of the map, they only had 2 heroes from Aachen, so they trade this tier 1 that will be huge. Like if this game drags too much, this means that they'll never be able to get mega creeps, or it will take a while. And you know, not getting this tower with only an Ember TP, I think that is a mistake, and it might bite Aachen in the ass later.
Astute observation, my learned friend.
And now they're going. I mean, they're not pushing top that much, but the tier 2 is now exposed.
No,
Roshan
they
still.
seem to be really happy just to kind of force Aachen back here, like limit how much they're farming on their big heroes, knowing that Fata just has complete control of this map and it's just getting more and more money as the game goes on. He's top of net worth now, Fata. He's a rich guy.
Wow, and with their radiance, is gonna keep on farming.
Yeah.
The sniper finished that Mjolnir, going for the BKB, and you know, once the BKB is done, the Leshrac is gonna feel way less scary because the sniper can just right-click him down. I don't know. I think Aachen is playing a little too passive. You know, obviously they were forced into it because they don't have that initiator. But you know, maybe just a smoke gank, maybe any sort of play. It just
Honestly,
feels a little too pub-like. You know, everyone's just doing their own thing.
Part of me wants to say, like, how have you not punished Fata? You know, he's been so deep, he's been playing so riskily. Oh, Saxa could be an opportunity here. No, they want the creep. They'll get him. Saxa turning around though. He's looking at Ekenard. Ekenard's pushed away. But yeah, they're not really punishing Fata for any moves he's making. And you look at his build though, and you look at the heroes, and you go, how do they? He's got a BKB. Like, if you A-chase him, he just BKBs or he remnants back. If slide a fist dodge. There's not really much else they've got in terms of actually being able to lock him down. Like, even if Prophet did build an Orchid, Fata would just BKB and run away. They can't waste the resources trying to hunt Fata, but they're not trying to hunt anybody else either, so...
I think they need a side of Vice. They need a side of Vice for this one, but they are going for BKB on the Enchantress, and I guess Lincoln's on Leshrac. Oh, bottom. Look at that. He doesn't even BKB. He doesn't even BKB. That's how safe he feels like.
He just does not care. He knows that everything they've got is not going to be enough to bring him down, so he's just going to hang out.
Wow.
Like, they have no vision up here, by the way. There could have been 100 heroes on this high ground.
That's true.
DM, meanwhile, okay. Well, PPD died.
Roshan is up
sorry
anyway.
for anybody that particularly enjoys watching PPD die.
I don't understand why someone would like that. I'm kidding. I love it.
Going forward onto Fata, but there's that BKB, and he could be in trouble as DM's being chased down here. He pops a BKB himself. He's got one available. Turns it around the last second, and he's gone. Fata trades the BKB charge. Nearly dies himself, to be fair. Fata boy played it very hard to the line there.
Yeah.
I think DM knew that the moment he popped that BKB, he was going to fly himself away. Could he use the Bloodstone instead, I guess, to save the BKB charge, but that's still 250 seconds, which seems like an insane cooldown for this Bloodstone active. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm not that big of a fan of this Bloodstone active, but speaking of that Bloodstone, there you go. Doesn't pop it off.
Nope. And yeah, he's definitely dead. This is such a nice actually. Okay, this makes a lot more sense now. This Blade Mail, you can just doom up the Leshrac whilst he's got the Pulse Nova on, and then just run at him with your Blade Mail, and he's like, oh, I'm killing myself and I have no choice.
Alright, so they do have buyback on the Leshrac if Nip forces Roche. I think they're at a point where they can. The sniper actually, with the Alpha Wolf, does a lot of damage. Let's see if they're gonna try.
Smoke up, making their way over. They're certainly interested.
Oh, BKB on the Enigma. That's huge as well. If he black holes the Enchantress, there's no one that can stop that. Maybe the Drow.
They're up onto the high ground. They're looking for the Brewmaster here. He's got the split if he wants to use it. Rooted up. He's got a split. He's not going to throw it down. And that's going to put an end to LeBron. He has the buyback, but this is going to open up the pit for NIP. They're going to be straight in here. First Roshan. Well, actually, no, it'll be their second Roshan of the game, technically speaking.
That's the third one, actually. Because the second one, the last one had... Oh, yeah, that's true. Now they did buy back his room.
That's kind of tasty, but they're going to throw in the split. LeBron is getting into this pit right now, but they've actually got the Nature's Prophet controlled up on the backlands, and the Assassinate finishes him off. Meanwhile, well, it's 200 gold for LeBron, which is all right, I guess, but he's managed to force him out the pit, throws the sniper up into the air. Meanwhile, they're inside the pit, but Saxa comes in. He's got the black hole. BKB out from the drow. Is it going to be enough? 33's on top of him as well, and they're able to take down Funnick. BG needs to get himself out of this pit. Ekanat TP's back in, but it's going to be a force up onto high ground. Still alive, just about. Never mind. Fada says, no, you do die back. Meanwhile, deep into the fight, DM is bringing down PPD. Peter is dead on the high ground. They're also looking LeBron. He's looking for Saxa. He wants to punish him for using this black hole. But the chain frost, it's doing a lot to DM right now. He's forced to pop this bloodstone active, and it's just not doing enough. He's gonna get popped all the same. DM is dead. Meanwhile, Fada got the Aegis along with Ace. A disaster for Aachen. NIP finally find themselves a convincing foothold in this mad scramble of a game.
Oh, that is so rough. I mean, it was a great fight taken by Nip. That black hole was amazing, but the fact that Nip just had 30 minutes to keep farming after that laning stage. Just
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I don't even know what to say. They just got a free game even after having a pretty bad laning stage.
Yeah, it's just great fighting. It's great playing around the heroes. Not clumping up, allowing the Leshrac to get all of his damage off is absolutely perfect. They know that if they just stagger him, he's going to become such a weak hero. The Doom as well. Well, actually, no, the black hole was the main thing about that fight, actually. Saxy just jumping in, taking out Funnick's damage from the get-go. He didn't have buyback, so it just becomes an incredibly weak team once that Enchantress is gone. Drow only able to do so much, and NIP are going to make this game a lot harder for Aachen City right now. Some would say impossible. Maybe not that far, but V-Tune takes a tier 1. Alright. Tier 1 for 2 lanes of Rax. What?
They still have tier 2 top, so at least Megas will not happen right now.
Nah, the heroes are coming back, but yeah. 2 lanes now always pushing in. Luckily they have the Drow to counter it a little bit. Nature's Prophet as well. This is a very popular combo. These two can help counter push the lanes pretty heavily, but yeah, it's an uphill battle for sure. Aachen and a little bit more, and they're gonna go for these shrines as well as this Mjolnir MKB sniper gets to work. Pew pew pew.
Saxa now has a refresher shard, so once that black hole is up, I think they're just gonna go top and try and push that tower. What can they do on the side of Aachen here? I think ideally they just need to smoke and find people split, because if they just give them the chance to use the Aegis again to push high ground, they definitely lost. So I think it's time for them to try and fight instead of defend, because they don't really have the best high ground defense, right?
Yeah.
You have Drow, you have Enchantress, but they're just gonna jump you and doom you. Ideally, just wanna fight with numbers instead of take a 5 versus 5.
I like what they're doing so far, though. Taking control of this area of the map is really beneficial for them. It means that NIP have to smoke up onto high ground if they're going to try and smoke gank, but they're not in a great position to defend it right now because they're actually trying to invade the enemy jungle. They need to hold this right now, and LeBron can't die here, but he's on the front lines. He needs to get that split off ASAP. He's trying to do it, but he won't be able to do it, and that is going to be no LeBron. He's already buyed back into this one. Ekanat trying to get himself away, but Fata will finish him off as well. 2 heroes dead. The top lane of Rax, it is going to be forced down pretty soon by NIP, I would imagine. They're even picking out his double damage as well.
Looks like the V-Tune Drow was considering pushing another lane, but there's a Doom now. Maybe he can cut the next one. I think that's the plan. But it's still, this is a catapult wave. Oh, no. It's just TPing back. Okay. He is level 25, though. Bog.
Yeah, that's going to be 50% cooldown reduction. Plenty of blinks, plenty of BKBs, Hurricane Pikes. Lincoln's obviously really good as well. But is it enough to defend high ground when 2 heroes are dead? Well, actually, they're respawning. And IP decided not to go immediately for blood. They were still waiting for the creeps to push in, so had to wait a little bit longer. But there's a Scythe of Vice on the Doom now. This is something they need to be aware of. This is either the world's most expensive Lincoln's popper, or basically 2 Dooms.
Oh, I guess he can... Oh, he doesn't have an act. Yeah, it's going to be a very expensive one. But they do have 20,000 gold to spare, so I think they don't care. Oh, nice wrap around there.
Not seen. He's actually in a really good position. He's got this super deep ward down, which is absolutely perfect for him. But Ace with the double damage. They're actually straight onto him here. He's got the BKB. He's going to have to use it right away. The cheese as well, also used by Ace, but the damage is too much. Funny manages to get him. Now the black hole comes up, but it's only onto the Drow Ranger. Can they bring down Saxa in time? Yes, they can, but the fresh orb comes out. Saxa's still alive. The right click seeds come through, and they will. However, they've already brought down V2 and LeBron falling as well. Fada trying to fight up on the front lines. Funnick is getting low. He force-dusted himself up to the high ground to stop himself from getting caught by Ace. But unfortunately, Ekanata's already gone. They've only got 2 heroes left. They might be their cause, but it's looking so hard. The barracks are falling. They need to do something. DM, is there anything left in the tank? He decides that maybe he just got to get back to base, get a bit of his health back, maybe go for one last play, or are they going to try it against Megas? They're going to try against Megas. Immediate Hex onto the Enchantress just to hold her back as they finish off the barracks. All she can do is watch as a pig. There go the Mega Creeps. This is merging into impossible now as DM's coming forwards, trying to make the plays, but 33 right back on him with that Infernal Blade. DM gets nothing done, and he's going to be killed off again. Now it's just Enchantress. The tier 4 is probably under attack pretty shortly. A buyback from the Enigma. Ace has buyback as well if he wants it. Doesn't have boots of travel though, so wouldn't be able to catch him. Funnick, meanwhile, looking at BPD here. Might get himself a cheeky one. Throws down the Chain Frost. Might as well. Now actually held still. Oh, he's gone. Funnick is dead. Does have buyback if they want to try and keep on defending these tier 4s. They might just decide to throw in the towel right now, but they've got one more hero to come into the backlands. They're trying again. They're trying to get PPD so badly. They're just throwing bodies at the Lich, and they still don't get him. PPD survives through it all, and the honorable tips come out from Aachen here. There's the buyback from the Enchantress. They're going to have their Drow soon as well, but NIP, I mean, now the Mega Creeps are coming in. I don't think there's much left. I think it's just having some fun. PPD, once again, PPD, they're going to get the kill. They get PPD, and they're still trying to play around a little bit. Drow's back in 4. I think NIP needs to be a little bit careful here. Ace. In the front line, Drow with the aggressive TP with the BKB as well, just running straight at to Saxa right now, trying to get this black hole user out of the equation. 33 coming in deep, he's doing the damage, trying to get on top of the Drow, won't be able to do so. Silenced up, Saxa on top as well. Again, doesn't have that black hole, so can't really do much, and Saxa's going to fall. They're looking towards the Doom as well, as Ace has actually been killed by Funnick. Funnick gets the cheeky kill on the side. Ancient now exposed. Well, it's a lot of work to do. There's a lot of creeps inside the base. LeBron, just get yourself away. Funnick can tank all of this. There's just absolute zombie madness in here. Resident Evil featuring Aachen City.
Nomad,
and then DM comes.
There are no buybacks on NEP. 3 heroes without buyback, and they have a Leshrac that is level 25, right? He is level 25. What if they just run down middle?
It won't be quick enough, I don't think. Not against
I think
the
that's
Mega
their only play.
Yeah, I would agree. But it looks like they want to push out the side lanes a little bit first.
There's one range creep. They have one range creep that they have to protect. Go, little buddy.
Saving private ring. I bet Doom just blinks and devours it.
Oh yeah, that would be clutch actually. They are trying. I mean, they push bottom a lot. They push top decently. Now it's time for them to go middle. Oh, okay. The Dream is dead.
The Dream is. It's not quite dead. They're still holding out. Did they even force half a creep there?
Oh, but they don't have enough time.
They don't. 25 seconds till the sniper's back. Oh, Fada's got to be careful. He's got Load Orb off onto himself, though, keeping himself alive. Kills off the creep wave and clears himself out, diffusing the situation. So there's absolutely no chance of Ekan trying this right now. And with these Mega Creeps pushing in on either side lane, yeah.
All right. Roshan respawn timer. That's their only hope. They have to get in.
If it's 1 second, they might be able to get in there before they come back. Oh, it's 28 seconds. It's close, but... yeah, about 28 seconds too many. I think the Dream is quickly dying for Aachen here. They made a great defense. Maybe NIP getting a little bit cocky. Aachen even bought a Desolator, by the way, to try and aid with this potential pushing. Actually looking at DM right now, Fada in the trees. He's got a side, yeah.
Flat of Vice on the Ember, no? Spready Pog. Shadow Blade on Saxa. So do you think they can defend this? I mean... what is the win probability?
They can. Whether they will, I'm not too sure. The win probability is currently 3% for Aachen.
Okay. That's 3 times higher than I thought. So. 300% bonus.
The 3% Dream. Let's keep it alive.
Alright, so...
Down bottom. 33 is waiting with the Blink Doom. Even the Blink Hex would be enough, and DM needs to keep himself at a distance here. Meanwhile, mid lane there, going on to the... Who is this in here? It's LeBron. LeBron is dropped. He's got buyback. And Ekenard also TPing in from behind. Goodness. Okay, well, monkey business indeed. 2 heroes picked off. The Prophet 300 gold away from buyback. It's going to be Roshan, NIP, playing it very, very carefully right now.
I mean, it's the minor qualifier. No reason to, be careless. Oh, black hole.
Oh, yeah, B-Tune, hell still going for the TP out. BKB TP away, but they might get Funnick instead. This is a great second target. Funnick, though, forced off the way. Also TPing back to base.
Interesting.
Buyback from the Brew. Meanwhile, Ace finishes off Roshan, picks himself a whole horde of goodies. Freshest Shard.
So,
oh, go on, PPD Freshest Shard. Let's get the double chain for us. No.
Double Sinister Gaze. Oh, wait. It's going to cancel the first one.
We got any big 25s coming? Oh, okay. Just.
I guess the Lich one is pretty big, right?
Yeah, right? Otherwise, I don't think there's anything massive.
Oh, that's a level 17 Prophet.
Drow will have this Ags if he wants it. That's good.
He's taking so much damage.
Just get himself away. Ace dumping the damage in there. Ancient is under attack here. They've got to fortify. They're going in deep, but the immediate Hex comes out. Quick Fingers means no split. Meanwhile, Drow's held still by Saxa inside that black hole, but they're dumping the damage onto Ace, but he's got the Aegis. He doesn't even care. V-Tune is dropped, buys back immediately. Ekenard, well, DM has to go back and defend from the creeps. The Aegis is destroyed, and they're looking towards Fada here. Fada, he's not allowed out. He's actually gone, and now they're looking towards Ace as well. Ace is killed also. Both dead for 100 seconds. Both have buyback. But a massive fight for Aachen. But then again, then you look at their Ancient and realize it got down to about 1,200 HP there. So
yeah. Now, if I can be honest, I think it was very hasty because the Enigma they used Black Hole and they used the refresher shard.
She's being jumped upon by 33 and Saxa tried to get greedy. She doesn't have buyback with the 4 staffs away. It's going to keep her alive, and they're going to return kill onto Saxa. They're looking for 33 as well. DM is chasing. He's trying to get the stomp off. Won't be able to do so. The BKB comes out, and 33 will escape. PPD also hanging around, but he gets the 4 staff and gets himself out. DM's coming in though. He's got that talent. He's going to have the Prophet there as well. With the Desolator and the talent, they should be able to go through back door. They really can.
Drops the ward. Yeah, they can. They have to be careful with the Megas, though. Those range creeps are hurting. Okay, they have Drow here. They have Travels. Drow can buy Travels. I think that's the play. You defend and TP middle. Oh, wait. She just BKB for no reason. Right.
I mean, she's got a short cooldown on it.
Okay, yeah. Doesn't matter.
Whatever.
This is going to defend bottom. He has to go Travels, man.
Alright, they're onto the high ground. No buyback on Saxa. 20 seconds on the Sniper. 20 seconds on the Ember Spirit. This is getting crazy, Bowie. This is getting absolutely nuts, but they're able to take the barracks.
He's got one lane. What's the win probability now?
Let's go, boys. Where are we at? Alright, still 3%, but in our hearts, it's moved up to like 5, so good job, guys.
Nah, it's 20% for me, dude. I'm gonna say 20%. Who doesn't love a story like this? Mega creeps expose, your Ancient expose mega creeps, and you still win the game.
It really is a fairy tale story, especially in a matchup this unfavorable for Aachen.
Yeah. And like one thing that I was gonna mention, like when they got Aegis, the Black Hole was on cooldown. They consumed the refresher shard instantly, waiting 1 minute. I think it was kind of hasty. The game was probably over if they had 2 Black Holes there.
Agreed.
Now,
and Drow now has this Aghanim, so she is like one of the absolute best high ground defenders with this item. Okay, that's gonna be Ekenard dropping, but he's got buyback. It's all good.
Okay.
What, we got any crazy net worths? Yeah, I mean a couple of pretty high, but nothing ridiculous.
Travels level 2 on the Doom, allowing that play. Do they have any other? Yeah, pretty much everyone with Travels besides Lich and Saxa. Looks like the...
It's rare you see an Ancient this naked for so long. We're going quickly for the assassinate onto LeBron. Won't quite happen. Now Vichun can just look to tear apart these creeps here and a quick blink away as well, being very, very careful. The catapults are in, though. They do need to do something about this. They can't just let the sniper sit here and attack their Ancient. They won't do so. Oh, look at the spear doing so much damage to Ace. Goodness me, DM is in deep. They're taking down Saxa pretty quickly. He's got the Black Hole, but he is dead. No Saxa, but the Doom is out onto the Enchantress. No buyback on the Leshrac either. Enchantress does have hers. Leshrac still on cooldown. Drow's on cooldown as well if she dies here, but Fada just fighting up into these Brewlings. Here comes Vichun, looking to drop some damage. This is a brave play. Doesn't have buyback, but ready to roll all the same. The damage coming through. Ace taking hits, heavy hits. The Ancient is being taken, but nope, Funnick is on the case, but there's a Black Hole coming through. They've got Vichun locked down. Vichun does not have buyback, and he is going to fall. They don't have the damage off the Enchantress, and now they look towards the other one as well. That's going to be LeBron dropping as well. 2 heroes left, and unfortunately, Bowie, I think your fairy tale story might be taking a sudden turn to the end here as Funnick gets killed. I think he was just throwing in the towel there. That's a GG. The game is going to go to NIP. It is 52 minutes in. It was a valiant Mega Creep hold. You got to give them every ounce of respect. Aachen did not throw in the towel at any opportunity there. They kept on fighting to the very end, which is the absolute spirit you want to see from these teams. But unfortunately, NIP do eventually squeeze out the victory.
Yeah, I mean, I think they drafted pretty well. They played pretty well, but, you know, NIP just slightly better, at least this game. Let's see game 2. At the end of the day, the result here doesn't matter. Like, they're both qualified for the viewers. It really just changes their seeding in lower or winner's bracket, right?
Right, yeah, that's correct. So there's no difference between the lower or the winner bracket in terms of this match. What it means is that they'll play against the losing team from the middle team from the other group rather than the top team. So the loser of the match plays against the top team from the other group, which obviously you don't want. But yeah, that's.
I mean, you got to give it to Aachen, right? NIP 4th at the major. They played pretty much the same level. Let's see what they can give us game 2.
Absolutely, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I don't think it's entirely out of the question for Aachen to be taking a game number 2 in this series, so they could drag it out to a tiebreaker. I'd certainly be up for that. Alrighty then, my name is Nomad. He's been Bowie. If you're enjoying the cast, and please do throw us a follow on Twitter, and we're going to be back very shortly with game number 2 in Aachen City versus Ninjas in Pyjamas for the StarLadder Minor, sponsored by DX Racer. Head over there and buy a chair if you're not doing anything right now. We'll see you in a bit.